I hope everyone is staying safe wherever you are, making the most of this difficult time, and maintaining social distancing protocol so we can fight this together and as efficiently as possible. I know COVID-19 is drastically changing life for everyone, but for the next few minutes, I'm going to do my best to step away from the topic that is taking over our lives and focus inward. Naturally, as my career as a collegiate athlete comes to a close, I've been reflecting over my time at Utah and have landed on one word that I feel ties all my experiences together, and that word is opportunity. Discussing it first in a very literal sense, it is almost unimaginable how much opportunity for learning and personal growth there is not just at the university, but within our athletic department. Once you dip your toe into the resources we have available, it becomes so easy to just dip another one and then put your foot in, and before you know it, you're completely submerged in making impacts you may have never envisioned for yourself. So for those of you that haven't yet and are still able to, expand your resources. Join a group like Crimson Council or Utes Group, or find what groups are lacking and create your own. Meet and interact with your fellow student athletes. Find something you're passionate about, especially if there isn't a future for sports in you after college. You can go through these 4 years with a get in and get out mentality, and that's fine and respectable and for some necessary. But when you allow yourself to branch out of your comfort zone and explore areas you didn't even know existed, there is absolutely no telling what could come from it. It could be something as simple as meeting new people and gaining some friendships or a mentor. Or maybe you end up starting a brand new program or initiating change in an area you're passionate about. Whatever it may be, just opening your eyes to what is already around you can take you so much farther than you think it can. You just have to let it. But with that being said, there's another context of opportunity that I want to touch on, and that opportunity is within sports. I think everyone has heard it a million times, especially in times like these, that tomorrow isn't guaranteed. But waking up one day, getting ready for practice the day before the most highly anticipated meet of your career, and then being told you will never do your sport again, it resonates just a little bit deeper. It is so easy when something isn't going well and you aren't performing at your best to say, today isn't my day, or I'll be better next time. But there always comes a time that you run out of days and next times. You have to take each opportunity you have to do that sport that you love and run as far as you possibly can with it, because no one knows when that last time will be. By the time my senior season came, my body had so many aches and pains, I struggled to make it through practice most days. And I was at a point that I was ready for it to be my last season, but I had no idea my last practice was going to be my last. I think 4 times that day alone, I said, I can't wait to be done. And did I actually want my college career to be over in that moment? Of course not. And was I ready for my career to come to a close at April 18th? Yeah. Did I want to be at a point that I didn't need Tylenol to make it through the night? Of course. But I wasn't, and I don't think anyone was ready for their seasons to be halted at the moment that it did. And I wish more than anything I got those last travel meets to make a few extra memories with my team and get the chance to chase some championships for one last time. I'm going to give a shout out to my team right now because it's the perfect example of my point. There were quite a few moments throughout our season that it came down to the very last routine for us to pull out a win. And in those moments, no one budged and no one was willing to accept defeat. It would have been so easy to take a close loss and say, that's okay, we'll get them at Pac-12s or Nationals. We didn't know at the time we weren't going to get those opportunities, but pulling through in those moments led us to our first undefeated season since 1993 and only the second undefeated season ever. You never know what impact each moment is going to make in the long run. So you have to take every single chance you get and make it as great as possible. This year, it's a viral pandemic that ends season and careers worldwide. But seasons and careers come to abrupt endings all the time. So cherish each day you get, because interrupted or not, 4 years goes by way too fast. But there's a whole other aspect of being a college athlete that I think isn't talked about enough. We're constantly being thrown highlight reels from different sports and different schools. And they're all filled with perfect 10s and buzzer beaters and game-winning goals and national championships and all of those things that you hear people claim make it all worth it. And it's hard to remember sometimes that those moments are in fact just highlights. That not every moment in sports needs to be filled with spotlights and glory, and that for a lot of athletes, those moments may never come. And for those that did excel at the absolute highest level and led the team to victory or won titles, I'm so proud of you for that and hold the highest of admiration for you and those accomplishments. But for the athletes that may have performed at their best but still weren't quite at the top, or the athletes that have been plagued with injuries or that worked their butts off at practice and did never see those starting positions, or virtually any other outcome, I'm proud of all of you too. Because being a student athlete is so hard, and I think we even forget that sometimes. Early mornings, late nights, nonstop days, they're all just a part of our everyday lives at this point, but it can get so hard and so exhausting that I want everyone to take a step back and be proud of what you're doing, because it is hard and can oftentimes be unrewarding. But sometimes the most rewarding outcome can just be the memories and friendships you make with your teammates, or the person you became by working day and night to be your best. Because if you're anything like me, no amount of wins or 9-9s will be enough. But all those unseen in-between moments make every second of pain worth it. And here we are at an event like Crimson Carpet Awards, celebrating the athletes at the peak of their disciplines. And it can get so conflicting sometimes. We narrow down an entire athletic department to a few nominees, and I sit there staring at the list I'm supposed to vote on and just think, how on earth am I going to pick just one? There are so many deserving athletes that are breaking barriers in their respective sports and making history at Utah. Throughout my 4 years, I couldn't even begin to count the amount of times I've read breaking school records and re-breaking those records, or the amount of times I've seen for the first time in Utah history. It's incredible. There are so many people in this room that I may have never had a real conversation with, but I see excelling in so many different areas, and you've all inspired me and pushed me to be better. So thank you to every single person that has given all of themselves to their careers thus far, because you are not only representing yourselves in Utah, but you're inspiring and motivating everyone around you as well. Obviously, this spring semester did not go as anyone would have planned. To my fellow athletes whose season was cut short, my fellow seniors whose collegiate careers were cut short, for those who worked tirelessly to achieve the goals you set and didn't even get the chance to attempt, your efforts never went unnoticed. And in the years to come, I will always be cheering for you all, both in your sports and throughout the rest of your lives. Thank you to my coaches, my teammates, my support staff, and every single person that has made this journey amazing. Stay safe, everyone, and as always, go Utes.